Hey everybody, welcome to Parents Making Disciples. This is episode 1 or tip number 1. I'm glad you're joining me today, watching this. Let your family members and friends know. I think it'll be a blessing to them. My name is Rick Countryman. I'm a pastor, got 3 grown kids of my own. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I do hold a book in my hand where, man, this is where we gather all the data that we need to be the best disciplers of our kids that we can possibly be. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 28, he said, hey, I want you to go and make disciples. And that thought alone is ginormous when you think about it. Go and make disciples. And what this program's all about is taking that command and just looking at our own family, our own children, our own grandkids, and that we ought to be moms and dads or caregivers that are discipling our own children. And the first thing I'm going to do is this. The first tip I'm going to give you, in fact, I'm going to make this kind of a 10-week series. So every Wednesday, I'm going to look at one thing that your children need to know, that you as a parent, grandparent, caregiver, you need to teach your children these 10 things. They need to know these things. And the first one is taken from the very first sentence of the Bible in Genesis chapter 1. It says, in the beginning, God created. In the beginning, God created. And man, Genesis chapter 1 is this incredible 35,000 foot view of creation, and God, creates everything, mountains and trees and birds and zebras and trout and cockroaches. He creates everything, right? And on day 6, though, he does something amazing. He creates human beings. But he creates human beings differently. They're made in his image. We're the imago Dei. We're uniquely created by God. And that's the first thing you need to teach your child or your grandchildren. Maybe you work in a children's ministry. You oversee a children's ministry. This would be great curriculum for you too. But the first thing kids need to know is that they're uniquely created by God. Yes, God created zebras, and yes, God created, rhinoceroses, and yes, God created cockroaches and eagles and cats and dogs. But your child was created different. They're the imago Dei. They are uniquely created by God. And if you don't teach your children that, somebody's going to teach them something. And most of the stuff that the world teaches our children is that they're not unique. They're just a happenstance, a coincidence of 2 molecules that bumped together 1 billion years ago. They're just educated goo. They're a little higher up the evolutionary chain than an orangutan. And so you, as a mom or a dad or a grandma or grandpa or a Sunday school teacher, you have to be the one who tells them that they are uniquely created by God. Yes, God is the creator of everything, but they are unique. They are special. They were so special that Jesus Christ came and he dies on a cross for them. He doesn't die on a cross for a seal. He doesn't die on a cross for a zebra. He doesn't die on a cross for eagles or cockroaches, though he created them. He died on the cross for them because they are uniquely created by God. We call it the sanctity of human life. And that's the first tip, okay? Is that you find a time, find a time when you can sit down with your children and talk to them about the fact that they are uniquely made by God. Hey, make sure you check your email, your inbox, or whatever. Check back to this YouTube station next Wednesday night or Wednesday for our second tip. Okay, blessings, everybody.